Councillor Kieran O'Hanlon, members of Governing Authority, members of Academic Council, parents, partners and families, invited guests, graduates of the class of 2025, colleagues. A meeting of the University is hereby convened for the purpose of conferring academic awards. Exercising the power granted to the University of Limerick by Oireachtas Éireann, I hereby confer degrees of the University on the graduates from the Faculty of Education and Health Sciences and the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Graduates not present are hereby conferred in absentia. Good morning, everyone. Elected representatives, Councillor Kieran O'Hanlon, graduates, families, friends, as well as all of our university colleagues. Just have a short opening speech for you this morning. And as I speak to you, and particularly our students, I am very mindful to be short, not to take too much of your time. I say this because when you remember this day next week, next year, 10 years from now, you'll not remember me or anything which I have said. And that is as it should be. You should only remember what you've achieved, your friends, and the staff who've helped you achieve it, and who has actually shared this special occasion with you today. But I've prepared these words out of courtesy to you and your loved ones to mark this a special occasion in your lives, and also out of respect for our staff, and is delivered on that basis. So to begin with, to you, the students, our graduates, today we stand together to celebrate what is a very significant milestone in your lives, the conferring of your degrees from the University of Limerick. And through your education here at the university, you've honed your skills and broadened your knowledge, and that has allowed you to question and explore what the world has to offer. You've also forged lifelong friendships, and now you can embark on a new journey that holds endless possibilities for each of you. You're graduating from a top 500 university, and there are thousands of higher education institutions. So you can take real pride in that statistic, and you can walk tall with your qualification. It's your passport, a powerful esteem indicator recognized all around the world. The institution is one now that is ranked in the top 150 higher education institutions in Europe. It plays a very crucial educational and civic function role in the community, but also in the Midwest region. And so we're not just an educational institution, we're a vital part of the societal fabric, contributing to the economic, cultural, and intellectual vibrancy of our region. We are the first university established since the inception of the state. Our mandate and legitimacy comes from the people of the Midwest region. We are founded on the backs of those people who marched in the 1960s to overturn a previous historical slight. It's a powerful coalescing force. The mandate which they have provided us with is to develop your talent, to help to drive innovation and growth. You are the lifeblood of this endeavour. We all pass through various staging posts in our lives. This is undoubtedly one of them for you. And you should take a little time to reflect on this today. How you've transitioned in and through the University of Limerick, what you've achieved, how you've developed as a person, and crucially, who has supported you along that path. You've earned this moment of celebration, as have the families that have supported you. You now join a community of 140,000 alumni, outstanding people like our Chancellor, Professor Bridget Laughlin, and many of our staff who are on the podium with you here today, who have gone on to do wonderful things, adding real value wherever they have gone and whatever they have done. And you will now do the same, taking up that baton and acting as our ambassadors. I would particularly like to acknowledge all of your families and those who have supported you on your journey. So through the parents, the carers, and the supporters among you, you have worried about them, endlessly perhaps, and you will probably continue to do so. You've strived to create this opportunity for them, and it's involved self-sacrifice, dedication, and commitment. Many of you have wanted more for them than you've actually wanted for yourselves. It is their day, but it's also very much your day as well. Graduates, these are just words, and we can fall over them very quickly, but you should really think about this today. The people that are here supporting you, and even those that are not here, they're absolutely and have been in your corner. They are committed to you, and they can back it up with the evidence of that commitment and the self-sacrifice required. You will not encounter that kind of commitment and indeed sacrifice in most everyday experiences. We're all too busy with our own stuff. So you should take time to reflect on this, that sense of service, that loyalty, and that commitment to you. And in your own time, you should acknowledge them and their dedication to you. A conferring ceremony is a threshold moment, and it's a window in your life where you can express your thankfulness for what they have done for you. And I would urge you not to let it pass today. The staff here at the University of Limerick also need to be acknowledged. You can see them behind me here, this wonderful, colourful crew of academics, our provost, various vice presidents in the front row there, and our wonderful executive deans. They're outstanding colleagues, and they're also completely committed to you. I'm really proud to work for them, but also with them in a university. They engage in such a noble pursuit, helping you to excel and engaging in knowledge exchange for the good of humanity and society. They are educators and scholars, all outstanding experts in their fields, national and international commentators and policy influencers and leaders. It goes without saying that we as an institution and you as students also owe them a debt of gratitude. They have enriched our lives and your lives. But it's not just the academic staff, it's all of our staff, the ground staff, the porters, the front of house staff, the brilliant conferring team, the interpreter here beside me, the receptionists, the caterers, all of the fantastic staff in Plassey House. They want you and your loved ones to experience a great day today because you deserve it, because we are proud of what we do, and because we're also very, very proud of this wonderful institution. Public service of this kind speaks to civic excellence. It's not the wealthiest, the best looking, the loudest, or the most numerous, according to Aristotle, who deserve our recognition and acknowledgement. It is public service of this kind, the civic virtue of helping others to excel, to realize their full talent, that is most deserving of our attention. I will finish my speech with you now with 3 pieces of advice for you, all of you graduating today. Universities over the centuries permit people to give advice based on life's experiences. It's usually an older person like me, dressed up in regalia and finery, best years definitely behind him, arthritic knees, too much grey hair and too much weight, who have made and continue to make all sorts of mistakes. And now I'm here in front of you giving you passionate and enthusiastic advice to a graduating, energetic and talented group of people like you who all have their best years ahead of them. I will continue to honour that tradition now. As an institution, we should hope for the very best for you as you pass through the institution and become our alumni. The university is much more than mere knowledge transfer to you. It is and ought to be a sanctuary for critical thought, personal development, societal transformation, and the pursuit of truth. You now have the proficiency and competency that your qualification speaks to and confirms, so that is not in doubt. You also have the talent and the potential that goes with your qualification. These advices that I offer you now are softer in orientation. They are in addition to the more obvious wishes of good health and that little bit of luck that we all need on life's journey. So the first piece of advice for you is about kindness. George Saunders is an American writer, and he's a winner of the Manor Book Prize for fiction for his novel Lincoln in the Bardo. Saunders delivered a very powerful speech about failures of kindness at the commencement address to Syracuse University's class of 2013. He was asked what was the biggest regret in his life, and he stated the following, and I thought it was very powerful. What he said was as follows: "What I regret most in my life are the failures of kindness, those moments when another human being was there in front of me suffering, and I responded sensibly, reservedly, mildly. Or to look at it from the other end of the telescope, who in your life do you remember most fondly with the most undeniable feelings of warmth? Those who were kindest to you, I bet. It's a little facile, maybe, and certainly hard to implement, but I'd say as a goal in life, you could do worse than try to be kinder. And as you get older, graduates, and perhaps more reflective, I think you will come more fully to understand the truth of that statement. My second piece of advice to you is that you will come to know your values, what you stand for, what you're about as you progress through life. These are the things that you believe are important in the way you live, think, and work. The more you know your own values, the better prepared you will be when life throws you those curveballs, which it inevitably and invariably will do. You will also only know the extent to which you hold those values when they are tested. As Stoic philosophers have been telling us for 2,000 years, and I think they're correct, life is more of a wrestle than a dance, and you are actually wrestling with yourself. In a brilliant article written over the Christmas in the Irish Times, Lara Marlowe noted that there are more wars in the world today than any time since we started recording to the United Nations in 1946. You will have all seen the news stories every day in recent weeks and months, atrocities and abuses, and claims and counterclaims about the matters in hand, and the truth about cause and occurrences. This was brought into sharp focus for me on the killing of Renee Good in Minnesota a few weeks ago. The nature of her death and the degradation ritual that followed regarding the taking of her character and reputation. I would have thought that everybody could agree in the following. Life is really sacred. We should do everything we can to preserve it. If self-defense has been used to justify the taking of a life, it needs to be proportionate and objectively reasonable. And commentary about the outcome should be avoided until investigations are complete and determinations are made. It has always been the case, graduates, that facts are elusive and that rules are interpretive. But this is now reaching a scale not previously experienced. Because of this, it's becoming harder for all of us to tell the right from wrong, fact from fiction, and truth from fantasy, as commentary more and more seems to oscillate around partisan lines, rather than the pursuit of truth, justice, or the optimal ethical outcome. I recently read a brilliant book by Michael Sandel, a famous Harvard law professor. It's an exceptional read, and I brought it with me to prove that now and again I still read. Its title is Justice, What is the Right Thing to Do? More and more he suggests we have to reason and reflect on the common good, our conception of the good life. It requires us to create a really strong sense of community and solidarity, a dedicated sense of service to others, an emphasis on civic virtue, and a politics of moral engagement. In order to do this, each of us has to know our own values to be the best version of ourselves. We have timeless wisdom that can help us. In Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle actually identifies the values essential for the good life: courage, moderation, generosity, magnanimity, patience, truthfulness, humor, friendliness, modesty, and justice. These are habits to be practiced in action, learned by doing, and applied using the golden mean, in right and in proportionate balance. Not too courageous as to be reckless, but sufficient to stand up when it matters, so that evil does not prevail. Graduates, start to reflect on your values which are important to you. It's an important framing exercise, and habituate them through practice and action. This moves you more fully in the direction of human flourishing and contributes to the common good and virtuous citizenship. Finally, my last piece of advice. As Immanuel Kant explained to us in the 1700s, each of you has a dignity and an intrinsic value as a human being. You should back yourselves and really stretch your talent. Your real and professional growth lies often just beyond your comfort zone. And this is hard because we're all vulnerable, but try to have a growth mindset, to strive to be the best version of yourself, to dare greatly. As Theodore Roosevelt told us in the speech in the Sorbonne in 1910 entitled Citizenship in a Republic, it's not the critic who counts. The glory belongs to you, the person in the arena, whose face is marred by blood and sweat, who dares greatly and strives valiantly, so that their place is never with those cold and timid souls that neither know victory nor defeat. It is enough for you graduates to show up with your talent, to take risks and to be seen. And as you make that journey from what will other people think to I am enough. So in terms of advice from an old nuisance like me, be kind, know your values, and dare greatly. All that is left for me now to do is to congratulate you on your achievements and success to date. Thank you for attending this beautiful and great university. My hope for you now is that you create good lives for yourselves, but also for others. I wish you every success in your future endeavours. Thank you.
I'm pleased to call on Professor Deirdre McGrath, Executive Dean, Faculty of Education and Health Sciences, to present the candidates for the conferring of undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards.
Acting President, the Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be conferred with undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you to confer the awards on them.
Professor Paul Conway, Head of the School of Education, will present the candidates in each award category in alphabetical order of surname.
Certificate in Exercise and Health Fitness, Burcheel Paula. Cahill Warren. Coughlin Owen. Kelleher Nicholas. Matthews Cahill. Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, Delaney Morris. Dunn John Patrick. Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Health Fitness, McLaughlin Neal. Bachelor of Science in Sport and Exercise Sciences, Alabi Sharif Abu Dunrin. Gilday Michael. Hogan Cueva. O'Connor Thaig. O'Driscoll Maeve Ann. Master of Arts in Guidance Counselling and Lifespan Development, Brannock Leanne. Judy Lydia Mary. Finnerty Aoife. Flynn Bryan. Foley Andrea. Foot Rebecca. Harkin Sinead. Manley Victoria. McGrath Mags. McHugh Kira. McHugh Rebecca. McShane Rory. Moore Sinead. Moran Deirdre. Murphy Collette. Murphy Michelle. O'Hanlon Adrian. O'Shea Dillon. O'Sullivan Lorna. Rush Cullum. Ward Jessica. Master of Science in Applied Sports Coaching, Bonnie Carlo. Casey Peter. Daly Olan. Genevieve Thomas. Murphy Denise. Reynolds Owen Edward. Roland Cormack. Master of Science in Health Professions Education, Doug Roisin. Elidir Shahanaz. Keen Kira. Morrissey Tricia. Master of Science in Mental Skills and Mental Health in Sports and Exercise, Cashman Andrew. Daly Donica. Fitzgerald Annie. Kelly Shane. Leah Allison. Malloy Patrick. O'Connell Farah. Olivas Pujol Julia. Patsek Volchek. Shoes Siobhan Natalie. Master of Science in Public Health, Adeoye George Adeleki. Agumba Juliet Chidibere. Alamin Yusuf Alamin Sarah. Anil Kumar Depti. Bosinye Stephanie. Cario Adair. Cheramil Suresh Babu Gopika. Collins Laura Marina. David Oriolua Sewanami Daniel. Dorian Jamie Pio. Ulangavan Sujit. Fisbury Adrian. Gize Queen Alita Peter. Harper Sydney. Hassan Alicia. Ivanova Veronica. Kajiwala Prashi Hitendra. Khalid Maimona. Khan Rehman. Khan Tanvir Ahmad. Kusu Mishrita. Magan Sheila Ramzan. Malik Walid. Mary Joseph Prasnath. Musa Abdul Majid. And Dubuka Chigorzirim Ezenwa. Nussbaum Kendra. Ogunmola Daniel Temideo. Okafor Sharike Oje Kuchuwu. Okoye Chidima Marianne. Onwinisha Godstime. Onye Uwoma Chinwegwu. Opete Sarah Okenerume. Samraj Evangeline. Senkoro Faith Elliott. Suresh Kumar Nair Aswati. Thomas Julia Sarah. Ugwu Kingsley Chismindu. Unani Natasha. Vakaria Ritti. Master of Science in Sport, Exercise and Performance Psychology, Brajkovic Dorothea. Gallagher Anne. Kennedy Matthew. Lillis Emma. Lynch Mary Kate. Svetek Tajda. Master of Science in Sports Performance, Belle Thomas. Dolan Connor. Farrell Derrick. Foley Mark. Faculty of Science and Engineering. Higher Diploma in Environmental Science, Mulali Erica. Bachelor of Science in Computer Systems, Bosiwa Didier Lokamba. Johnson Amal Matthew. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, MacDonald Sarah. Bachelor of Science in Immersive Software Engineering, Callanan Connor Patrick. Bachelor of Science in Music, Media and Performance Technology, Egan Aveen. Bachelor of Science in Pharmaceutical and Industrial Chemistry, Biokoro Divine Okenkaro. Ejikeme Deborah Kylie Chioma. McAvoy Roisin Sarah. O'Donoghue Eva. Bachelor of Science in Product Design and Technology, Barzowski Nikodem. Graduate Diploma in Chemical Engineering, Alex Serra. Edmondson Emmett Morris. Hannah Jack. Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, Arigala Ashisha Kumar. Bano Ikra. Bezawada Tarun. Bui Huang Tu. Chen Yuan Yuan. Dande Tarun. Denker Fethi. Duta Maharshi. Go Cheyenne. Gupta Aryank. Jinak Chandran Mahendran. Joseph Karen Kuruvilla. Kanala Rishi Vardhan Reddy. Kana Vinayak. Lu Yalin. Lohia Deep Ankur. Maharaj Adesh. Maskaran Stephen Muthumina Balakrishnan Tendra. Muwanguzi Jonathan. Nepali Lakshmi Se Ramya. Obidaigwu Arinze. O'Connell George Michael. Ki Yuan. Raji Santosh Kumar Parvati. Ray Tom. Rayman Varda. Sita Magari Kedhar Eshwar. Senthil Kumaran Pushpak Raj. Wen Jialong. Ye Huazhang. Master of Science in Bioprocessing, O'Callaghan Kieran. Tuhig Mairead Margaret. Master of Science in Design for Health and Wellbeing, Kelly Daniel. Nielsen Micah. Ryan Desmond Caitlin. Vinoda Karsh. Master of Science in Health Informatics, Chintoji Somya. Fernandez Titiana. Gulara Valentina. James Anusha. James Matthew. Mavakala Neto Paloma. Moore Seamus Paul. Pulukuri Amruta Joshi Vanila. Surendran Deepthi. Master of Science in Interaction and Experience Design, Vidya Ishan Sagar. Bijou Chanel Maria. Bintul Huda. Buminathan Devikala. Cheng Meki. Christy Keelan Robert. Dar Sukira. D'Souza Denzel Dominic. Gurudut Chidanand. Haridasan Emradula. Jaiswal Moksha. Kotrike Nikita. Lazinska Meya. Mandal Namrata Narendra. Manoharan Sumant. Nolan Rachel. Parab Nehal Nitin. Rodriguez Giselle Savia Santana. Saju Joseph Joji. Sharma Niharika. Shinde Shreya Suresh. Thomas Schoen. Virar Gavan Vimal Kumar. Volvikar Sahil Garu. Zhu Ling Zhao. Master of Science in Software Development, International Systems, Udusora Deborah. Master of Science in Software Engineering, Ajit Ardarsh. Badve Parth. Barden Shane. Bhagvant Rahit. Bodadra Rushab Deepak. Chaudhry Samir Sajan. D. Souza Ivor. Godikar Keshatish. Gopi Anand Rex Peter. Juo Rui. Wang Wanting. Jadhav Aniket Madhuhukar. Jagust Mahika K.S. Sri Kumar. Kaur Sushmeet. Lemve Ashutosh Sanjay. Major Rosaline Amulya. Pagodala Manohar. Paliwal Aditya. Panchal Nikunj Navinchandra. Parj Pranav. Pathale Mamtha. Rajendran Ridu Viknesh. Ramaswamy Prasant. Ratina Kumar Hari Haran. Sarkar Ranatosh. Selvam Swetha. Sharma Gaurav. Shoran Divyansh. Sivanesan Anushia. Thalapili Anildas Anjana. Upadhyay Dhruv. Verma Akyutam. Vinod Anushri. Vishwakarma Abhishek. Vishwakarma Sarav Shalendra. Master of Science in Sustainable Resource Management, Policy and Practice, Ashraf Nabiha. Power Michaela Jane.
Now we move on to the doctoral conferrings. Professor Kevin Ryan, Vice President, Research and Innovation, will present the candidates for the award of doctoral degrees.
Acting President, The Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be awarded doctoral degrees by research and thesis. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you to confer the awards on them.
The doctoral candidates have successfully undertaken a programme of study and research involving the submission of a thesis and its examination by internal and external examiners. The candidates will be presented with their caps by their internal supervisor. The candidates will then be presented with their parchment by the acting president. Harsh Deepak Barua. Harsh has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Sarah Hudson, Dr. Jennifer Cookman, Professor A.K. Rasmussen, and Dr. Michael Svard. The title of Harsh's thesis is Non-Classical Nucleation via Mesoscale Clusters in Crystallization of Polymorphic Active Pharmaceutical Ingredients. Harsh will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Sarah Hudson. Alan Danilo de Lima. Alan has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Conor Ryan and Dr. Douglas Moto Diaz. The title of Alan's thesis is Improving Selection Methods and Data Representation Towards Increasing Explainability in Evolutionary Algorithms. Alan will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Conor Ryan. Lauren Guilfoyle. Lauren has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Ian Kemmy, Professor Tom Cummins, and Professor Kieran O'Sullivan. The title of Lauren's thesis is Injury Epidemiology and Prevention in Youth Rugby Union, Tackling Prevention Through Coach Education. Lauren will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Professor Ian Kenny. Krishna Hari. Krishna has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Sarah Gearan and Professor Kevin M. Ryan. The title of Krishna's thesis is Engineered Growth of Polycrystalline Amino Acids for Piezoelectric Applications. Krishna will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Professor Sarah Gearan. Yumnan Hassan. Yumna has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Conor Ryan. The title of Yumna's thesis is Interpretable Breast Cancer Diagnosis Using Grammatical Evolution. Yumna will now be presented with her cap by her supervisor, Professor Conor Ryan. Aaron Hennessy. Aaron has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Kevin M. Ryan and Associate Professor Hugh Gainey. The title of Aaron's thesis is Synthesis and Application of Materials for Next Generation Lithium-Ion Batteries. Aaron will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Kevin M. Ryan. Michael Lynch. Michael has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Aideen Culhan and Professor Laurent Gatto. The title of Michael's thesis is Development and Benchmarking of Multimodal Demultiplexing Algorithms in Single-Cell RNA Sequencing with Application to Renal Cell Cancer. Michael will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Aideen Culhan. Hannah McKeever. Hannah has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Shalani Singh and Professor Kevin M. Ryan. The title of Hannah's thesis is Functional Alkali and Transition Metal-Based Ternary Calcologenides Design, Properties and Energy Applications. I forgot to read the second verse. She's gone anyway. Kelly Murphy. Kelly has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Hugh Gainey and Associate Professor Tig Kennedy. The title of Kelly's thesis is The Development of Earth-Abundant Anode Materials for Sodium-Ion Batteries with Full Cell Applications. Kelly will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Associate Professor Hugh Gainey. Sean O'Connor. Sean has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Jason Power and Associate Professor Nicholas Blom. The title of Sean's thesis is an examination of problem and project-based learning in online and traditional face-to-face learning environments. Sean will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Jason Power. Fergal O'Hanlon. Fergal has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Dr. Raymond Lynch and Dr. Lucy Hearn. The title of Fergal's thesis is An Investigation of Students' Vocational Identity Formation within the Post-Primary Sector in Ireland. Fergal will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Dr. Raymond Lynch. Roy Phillip. Roy has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Colm Dunn and Professor Deirdre McGrath. The title of Roy's thesis is Human Milk and Preventative Neonatology, a reflection of breastfeeding in Ireland and an analysis of human milk bioactivity and health benefits with special reference to prematurity. Roy will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Colm Dunn. Francisco Rodriguez Duarte. Francisco has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Sarah Hudson and Professor Kieran McGorty. The title of Francisco's thesis is C5a peptidase interaction with human type 2 and type 3 interferons and their potential role in inflammatory disease. Francisco will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Sarah Hudson. Inez Wilson Heenan. Inez has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Patricia McNamara and Associate Professor Niamh Lafferty. The title of Inez's thesis is an exploration of perspectives, experience in enactment of transformational school leadership, factors affecting its implementation, potential synthesis, and distributed leadership, and the creation of a school leadership model. Inez will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Professor Patricia McNamara. I am pleased to call on Mohammed Adnan, Vice President of Engagement for the Postgraduate Students' Union, to address the graduating class of 2025.
Dear fellow graduates, esteemed faculty, proud families and friends, as we gather here today to celebrate the completion of our programs, I'm filled with profound gratitude. This journey, though brief, has been transformative, marked by enriching academics, inspiring collaboration, and a vibrant community life that makes this campus truly exceptional. From the lively discussions in our lecture halls, the supportive bonds formed across our diverse cohort, we've not only gained the knowledge, but also built a foundation for lifelong growth. To our dedicated faculty, thank you for your expertise, patience, and passion that ignited our curiosity and pushed us to excellence. To our families, friends, and loved ones, your unwavering support, encouragement, and sacrifice have been the quiet force behind our success. And to my fellow graduate, congratulations on this remarkable achievement. What began as a shared ambition has become a shared accomplishment. And now we leave this chapter ready to take on what lies ahead. As we turn the pages of the next chapter, let us embrace it with confidence and optimism. The real measure of our success will be found in the choices we make, the impact we leave behind, and the purpose we bring to what we do. Hold on to the curiosity that brought us here. Continue to follow what inspires you and support one another into the future. So as we move forward into the future, let us remember an Irish blessing that inspires us to walk with hope, confidence. May the roads rise up to meet you. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. That was great. This ceremony is now concluded. Please remain in your seats until the platform party leaves the auditorium. Ushers will then direct the graduates groups to the exit, and the guests can then be ushered out after the graduates leave the auditorium. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.